Hey there YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to the lounge. Hope you're doing well, hope you've been safe and staying inside. Today's video, we're going to be starting a new series on the channel, and this is going to be a series designed to help you get better at Yu-Gi-Oh! Whether you're a first-time player or whether you're returning to the game after a long break, or if you're just thirsty for that first competitive success, then this video is going to be for you. It's time to start leveling up. Let's get it. So there's a meme about Yu-Gi-Oh! Players that were bad at math, and I'm here to tell you that that is completely true. It's true. All of it. It's all true. But the good news is, you actually don't need to be good at math to make math work for you and help you get better at deck building. And that's what today's tip is all about. All you need is a simple tool called a hypergeometric calculator.
Hyper what? Geo what? Explain.
Relax. A hypergeometric calculator might sound really complicated and scary, but in reality, it's a very simple tool. It does all the work for you, and all you need are 4 basic variables to make it work. Variable number 1. This is going to be called population size, and this number represents the number of cards in your deck, ranging anywhere from 40 to 60.
Well, actually...
Yeah, we know. You can play Upstart Goblin and play a 39 card deck. Can we move on now, please? Variable number 2. This is going to be called number of successes in population. Now this one sounds really complicated and weird, but all it is the number of cards of a specific name that you're playing in your deck. So for example, if I'm playing Invoked, I'm playing 3 copies of Alistair the Invoker. Now this is where the caveat comes in, because I am playing 3 copies of Alistair, but I'm also playing cards that search for the Alistair, namely Magical Meltdown. So I've got 3 copies of Alistair and 3 copies of another card that's as good as Alistair. And then we also have the Terraforming to search it out. Now at the time of recording this video, Terraforming is a limited card, but Alistair and Magical Meltdown are currently both unlimited. So we have 7 copies or 7 ways to get to Alistair in our deck. So for our purposes, we could put 3 in this value, but we can also set it to include all of the number of cards that can search for a specific card. So keep that in mind. Now, variable number 3. This is going to be your sample size, and if anything, this is the easiest number to remember because it's always going to be 5 for the opening 5 cards in your hand, or 6 if you're deciding to calculate the odds for going second. Now variable number 4, this is going to be number of successes in sample. So this is the number of copies of a card that you see in your opening 5 or 6 cards. So if I'm calculating for Alistair and I want to just draw 1 copy of Alistair, then I'm going to set this value to 1. But enough explaining, why don't I go ahead and give you an example of how it works in real time. So we're going to hop on over to the internet, we're going to get on Google, and we're going to type in hypergeometric calculator. And that's going to bring us to a bunch of different results here, but I like to use the first one, stattrek.com. That's actually my favorite website for this. And so now we see here just a couple of empty boxes that we need to fill with our values. So population size, that's the number of cards in our deck. We're going to set that to 40 because it's just going to keep it simple. Number of successes in population. So we're going to use the Alistair example, and we'll just only calculate for Alistair. So we'll type in 3. And our sample size is going to be 5 because that's the number of cards in our opening hand. And then number of successes in sample, we're going to set that to 1 because we just want to draw 1 Alistair because it's a 1-card engine. And then we're going to go down here and we're going to hit the like button. Yeah?
Get on with it.
Yes, get on with it!
All right, cool. We're actually just going to hit calculate. And then a bunch of different numbers are going to show up down in the boxes here. So we're going to see hypergeometric probability. And you'll see P is X equals 1. So basically, all that mumbo jumbo just means the number that you're about to see is a percentage for drawing exactly the 1 Alistair. And as we can see here, in a 40 card deck, we have a 30% chance of seeing just the Alistair. And then the next value we see is cumulative probability. And they have a different value for a couple of these, where X is less than 1 or less than or equal to 1. But the one that really matters here is the last one, the cumulative probability, where X is greater than or equal to 1. So this calculates the chances of drawing exactly one Alistair, but also factors in the probability that you draw more than one Alistair. So if you draw one Alistair, that's included here. If you draw two Alistair, also included. And if you draw all three, that percentage is here. So you see at least the one Alistair. And that percentage you see is 33.7%, so about 34%. That's a pretty significant number. But let's go back and change the number of our successes in population to 7, because we're playing the Alistair, the Meltdown, and the Terraforming to search it. So we'll change that to 7. And then we'll see that our chances here increase from 30+% to 64% chance of drawing one of those cards. Now that feels a lot better to me. You don't have to be a genius to know that 64% is more than 33%. So this is how you can use this tool to figure out how you want to build your deck. If you can determine the odds of drawing a card in your deck, then you can also determine the chances of not drawing a card. And what kind of cards do you not want to draw? Your bricks. So if you're playing the Red Eyes package for Dark Dragoon, then you have to play Red Eyes Black Dragon and Dark Magician in your deck as an engine requirement. So we can set this value, population size 40 still, number of successes in population, we'll set that to 2, one for the Black Dragon and one for the Dark Magician. Sample size 5 again, and then number of successes in sample, we're actually going to set this to 0 because we want to see 0 copies. We'll hit calculate, and what we're seeing here in front of us, the hypergeometric probability of X equaling exactly 0, so we see 0 bricks in our hand, 76% of the time. That's actually pretty good if you're only running 2 bricks. It does mean that in 23 or 24% of your hands you will open one of those bricks, at least. But you know what, let's just say that's not good enough for us. We want to draw our bricks even less of the time. So we'll stick with the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon example with Red Eyes Fusion, but instead we'll increase our population size all the way to 60 cards. And we'll keep our sample size the same, everything else the same. Hypergeometric probability, 83.8, so 84%. So that really only bumped up our odds of not seeing one of our bricks by about 8. And we have to decrease the consistency of our deck quite a bit by playing 60 cards. So keep that in mind if you're playing a deck that requires you to run bricks as engine requirements. All right, so that's gonna wrap up today's video of leveling up. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have, make sure to give us a thumbs up to let us know you want to see more content like this. Don't forget to subscribe to Bemani Lounge. Check us out on Facebook, on Discord, and also check out our podcast, The Shadow Realm. I'm one of your hosts on that channel, so really hope to see you there sometime. And if you guys want to take your game to the next level, then consider joining our Pro program. This is like Duelist Academy, but it's at a fraction of the price. For just $5 a month, you'll have access to exclusive tournaments on our Discord, be able to join our Pro chat on Facebook, where you get to talk to our top-rated competitive members, and at the end of each month, we hold a trial for each of our paying Pro members, and the winner of that trial gets to join Team Lionheart and stop paying dues to become a fully sponsored member of Team Lionheart. So if that interests you, then let us know down below and we will get you started with our Pro program. But thanks for watching, guys, and we hope to see you next time. Peace!